9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, nothing at all. He say nothing is quite what it seems. He say nothing is quite what it seems. I say nothing is nothing.
Well, good evening. You're listening to Salford City Radio 94.4 FM to the Progressive Rock Show. And we started off there with Gordon Giltrap. But before I talk about Gordon Giltrap, I'd like to say thank you very much to Steve Doyle for entertaining us all for the last 2 hours with the Sonic Diary Show. Well, I'm delighted to say that for tonight's show, which is a special on Gordon Giltrap, I'm joined by Tom McCauley, who earlier this year, in fact, I think it was in March, Tom.
Yes.
We did a Gordon Giltrap special.
Yes.
So we thought, well, we're not content with just one special. I think we also have a second special.
Yes, that's
which
right.
Is precisely what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
And but this time we've chosen the tracks between us, and that first track that we played was from his fantastic album in 1976 called Visionary, and we actually played the opening two tracks, Awakening and Robes and Crowns, and that was just such a beautiful track, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It really was. So, yeah, Gordon Giltrap, marvellous musician, born in 1948, in fact, the 6th of April 1948 at the British Home for Mothers and Babies in Brenchley in Kent. Yeah. So, Tom, you've liked Gordon Giltrap for quite a number of years, and I know we've both seen him live, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and do you have a preference for his older stuff, newer stuff, or just all of it?
Just all of it, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the second selection tonight you've chosen.
Yes.
And this, I think, we did include on the first show. We got a lot of tracks that we did not include, by the way. Would you like to introduce the next track?
Our next track this evening is actually taken from the album Four Parts Guitar, which I saw, I think, last year at the Atkinson in Southport.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
That's a venue for bands, is it?
Yes.
Okay. And so here it is. This is the Dodo's Dream.
that, of course, was 4 parts guitar with their version of The Dodo's Dream. And 4 parts guitar are, of course, Gordon Giltrap, Raymond Burley, Clive Carroll and John Everidge.
Listen. This is 94.4 FM, Salford City Radio.
Let's go.
Extraordinarily brilliant.
Well, I certainly enjoyed your selection there, Tom.
Yeah.
And coming up now, one of my selections, another one that we did not include on the first Gordon Giltrap special much earlier on in this year. Well, I think personally, for my own taste, the greatest trilogy of albums that Gordon Giltrap did was Visionary in 1976, Perilous Journey in 1977, which featured the famous Heart Song. And I think we can be quite different in this, in that we're having a Gordon Giltrap special without playing Heart Song. Because there's so much other stuff that we can include.
Yeah.
And then the third album in that trilogy was called Fear of the Dark, which if I had to pick my favourite Gordon Giltrap album, it probably will be that one.
Right.
And so we're going to play the opening track. I think once we started the Progressive Rock Show off with this track a long time ago. But this is a superb track, I think, and it's called Roots, Parts 1 and Part 2. From the album Fear of the Dark, that was the opening track by Gordon Giltrap, Roots Parts 1 and 2.
For a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of music and a bit of chat, listen in on Thursday nights between 4 and 5 to Salford City Radio to Punk Monk Sally Mancangels with me, Reverend David Gray, the sensible one, and...
Tilly, twin of Billy.
Oh yes, we've got the Quinny twins and we've got the best of two halves!
Yeah, it's the first time I've heard that promo. That's a brand new show, a very, very new show on Salford City Radio. By the way, don't forget at 11 o'clock will be Norman Jay with the Still Rockin' Show. And at midnight will be Howard Coppich with Smooth on Salford. So well worth staying tuned until at least 1 o'clock here on Salford City Radio. And I'm joined, as we said earlier, by Tom McCauley for this Gordon Giltrap special number 2. And it's a choice of Tom next. Tom, what have we got coming up next? And I believe you got a quote of a very famous guitarist talking about Gordon.
Yeah. Before we play Across the Pond, I'm going to read a quote from Gordon's website, which is www.giltrap.co.uk. And here is a quote, which is from Richie Blackmore from Deep Purples. And he says... Anyone who asks me knows that I think Gordon Giltrap is one of the best acoustic guitar players in the world. His concerts and playing are breathtaking. He's also very witty, and I love the fact that he has not cut his hair.
Wonderful. So here we go with Across the Pond.
from Giltrap and Martin Taylor there with Across the Pond, which we finished off our last Gordon Giltrap special with, and that was taken from the album A Matter of Time.
And I think that's a stunningly good album. I think it's one of the best tracks he's ever been involved with, actually. I love the energy that goes through it.
Yeah.
My next choice now on the Progressive Rock Show here on Salford City Radio 94.4 FM. And don't forget, you can also listen online, www.salfordcityradio.org, and we're here between 10 and 11 every week, every Wednesday night. And if you want to contact the show, by the way, feel free to send me an email to harfleet@ntoworld.com. Now, my next choice, Tom, is involving us going back to the year 1977.
Right.
And the album Perilous Journey.
Yes.
This is the one that features Heart Song, of course.
Yep.
And I've chosen the wonderful track called Morbio Gorge. Finishing off with that wonderful baritone sax, which was played by Jeff Dallion. That was Morbio Gorge from Gordon Giltrap's 1977 album called Perilous Journey. You're listening to me, Graham Harfleet, and Tom McCauley on this special Gordon Giltrap special number 2, because we did one earlier in the year. Tom, have you got for us next?
Before we play our next track, I was just looking back at biography, and apparently Heart Song, which we're not featuring in this special, was nominated for an Ivor Novello Award. And our next track we're featuring next is the solo version of Shining Morn. Shining Morn, and that was the title track to the album Shining Morn. You might remember the last time we did the Gordon Giltrap special, we played the Rick Wakeman version.
Yes, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah.
So now we're going to the album I said earlier in the show tonight is probably my favourite album by Gordon Giltrap, Fear of the Dark.
Yeah?
Here is the magnificently stunning title track. And that was the title track to Fear of the Dark by Gordon Giltrap. Well, Tom, what have we got next?
Well, our next track on this Gordon Giltrap special tonight is -1.
Quite beautiful, -1 by Gordon Giltrap. And that brings us almost to the end of the show. Thank you very much for listening. By the way, stay tuned for Norman J. It's 11 o'clock with the Still Rockin' Show, and Howard Coppich at midnight with Smooth on Salford. All it remains for me to say is, Tom, thank you very much for your input and your help on putting this show together.
That's my pleasure.
And it's over to you now to just tell our listeners what our final track is.
We're going to leave you now with A Matter of Time.